Oh my gosh, welcome to Meltdown Comics in the Nerd Melt Theater. It is my pleasure to announce that Harmontown is once again in session. Please welcome to the stage the mayor of Harmontown, my dear friend, Mr. Dan Harmon.
On the right.
Close enough.
I came up a different way.
Yeah.
For those of you at home. I went to a party tonight, so I'm a little drunk. Stop it. Don't encourage it. You're 20, I'm 40. It's not charismatic for me.
Original for us, though.
Well, keep hitching your wagon to that star, my friend. I will be 60. I'll be under a bridge. You'll be 40. You'll have your own podcast. It'll make you nothing, and we'll just keep. It's just conveyor belt into a meat grinder, like in the Pink Floyd The Wall animation.
Now, I saw you, Dan, right before you left to this party, and you were saying, Jeff, we were at a bar, and Dan said, I'm not good with strangers. And
right.
you were worried about meeting your neighbor, and he Google mapped where the party was, and he found out that the house was the house right behind his backyard.
Right.
So how did it go?
Yeah. Neighborly. It was, but there was a point at the party where I found out that this lady who was hosting the party, we were talking about wine and patios and cats, dogs.
I'm going to guess she was white.
That's on you, my friend, but you are correct.
Just a guess.
She let it drop, and not in the way that you're used to it getting dropped. It got dropped that she had survived a tremendous brain tumor. It sort of, I can't really, I'm too drunk to recall like how organically it got scooted in. Like she wasn't like, hey, that's my calling card. Like she was one of those, she was cool with it. She had survived it. It was part of her life, absolutely. So it accidentally arrived in the conversation, and nothing could be more fascinating than to me, you find that out. Holy shit, tell me more. How does that start? What does it feel like? What's going on? So I'm talking to a person who has had, she got on her iPhone, she had iPhone photos of a golf ball sized meatball that was in her head, just center of it, like a cartoon, like a profile of her skull, and then from the top and then from the side, so you could see it right in the middle of her fucking brain, just a golf ball sized. What are you writing down?
Today's date. Dan,
am I boring you?
No.
This woman.
I had a couple drinks. I was at Greg Proops's comedy special at Musso and Frank's, and there was gin to be had, and I'm happy to say
there were tumor stories to be had at this party, and I
wrote down today's day. I wrote down 7/13/13 question mark. Is that right? 14? Okay, fuck all you people.
It's getting there. Anyways,
okay, 14, and I'm crossing out the question mark.
The only reason I wanted to tell this story is because of this curious social phenomenon. I'm standing on a patio. The hostess has revealed. I'm headlong into kind of deposing her about the experience, because this is something that I unbelievable. This happened to you. You survived it. Tell me more. How did you find out? Blah blah blah. There was another guy there, another neighbor. I hope he doesn't start listening to the podcast tonight. And this isn't on him, this is on me. But it was like halfway through me kind of like getting more information from her about this meatball that was in her head that she had survived. This struck lightning bolt. That like she's walking around, she's hanging out, she's eating cheese with us, but at one point Zeus had tried as hard as he could. The guy goes, he said, I think this is verbatim. He said, "It's just like my wife." And I was like, okay, all right, swivel over to him.
Slippery slope.
Then he started talking about how his wife had been in a car accident. And he started describing the absolutely brutal details of this car accident that involved also her children were in the car. There's no question that he had total... There was no... Yes, it's great. All I could think the entire time was, go fuck yourself. Fuck you, party guy with your wife accident. Talking to the tumor lady. That's my only point, is that I just found myself, like, this has nothing to do with good people, bad people, anything. It's just like the weirdest human phenomenon. I've got a glass of Chablis, I'm talking to this lady, she's like, survive this thing, it is growing, and then they MRI'd, and then they radioactivated. Well, it was my wife, the babies were bleeding, and it was bacon on the highway, and all this stuff. And all of a sudden there's a good guy and a bad guy in the story. I'm just like, fuck this guy. I can't wait to go to the bathroom and talk shit about him. What a piece of shit. His fucking wife in a car accident. Fucking cocksucker. I just think that's a funny human phenomenon. Like, I'm sure he's not lying. But I knew he was a bad person.
I went to a charity thing a couple years ago, and it was for children that had...
Oh, fuck you, Jeff. I'm talking about the tumor lady in the... See what he's trying to do?
No. I was at a thing for a charity for children that had been burned. And I was sitting at a table. There were firemen there, and they have a lot invested in that because they are people that are involved in the accidents that happen when people get burned. And so it's a very emotional thing. And there was a woman there I talked to, and she goes, "Fuck this! I fucking hate this fucking charity." She was so bummed out
fucking
about it.
Fucking people.
No, because she told me. I was like, "Why? Like, what's your stakes in this?" And she's like, I have a child that was born with an illness that, from birth. Like, she never had a chance. Like, these children had a chance
to not get burnt.
Yes. And I was like,
interesting.
Yeah, I was like, look, lady, like,
I thought she was gonna say like,
no, she was saying like, this is a bullshit charity. These are. I was like, I can't root for anything anymore forever.
See, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
Though. It's like where do you you ever walk down the sidewalk? You're going to the grocery store. It's 3 a.m. You're all right, midnight, whatever you fucking. You're gonna get pencil supplies, whatever. Me, I'm going to get a bottle opener. You hear a little meow. And you look, and there's a little raggedy, little dirt-covered MacGuffin, like a little meow.
Inside the drugstore?
No, just another, like, one of a million stray cats, like, just like a meow, 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 meow. Like, it's gonna die if you don't, or maybe it won't, or it'll end up in a shelter. Like, like the only then you pull back in your head and you imagine a map of Los Angeles, and you go, okay, what if every stray cat in Los Angeles was a little red dot? The map of Los Angeles, as far as you could pull back, would be a giant red dot. It's just a condition. It's just misery, feline misery. So you think that about the human condition too, and it's like it is so weird. You go to a camp for kids who have been burnt. How can you not be on the side of that
when your life has been affected by something other than that?
Yeah. And it's like there are no heroes or villains. It's crazy. Like what fucking charity do you give to? If you found $1 billion under a rock tomorrow, there's just like uncharismatic sort of fire that keeps raging where you squirt your little fire hose at it. That's called poverty, hunger. It's the thought that counts. Me. And then there's the charismatic tragedies with the human faces on them. I don't know.
What is the most charismatic tragedy? I mean, let's rank tragedies in terms of charisma.
It's antigeria. It's the opposite of progeria. It's old people. They slowly become so adorable that they die. It's more.
They get sucked up back inside a uterus.
Yeah, and it's like, fuck you guys. But it's very tragic. But you can't tell from looking at it.